In a surprising turn of events, French President Emmanuel Macron is taking a firm stand against Donald Trump's impending tariffs on the European Union. Things are heating up, and we're here to break down how Macron's response could change the game for trade between the US, Europe, and the rest of the world. Before we dive in, make sure to hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications so you never miss an update. Tariffs are shaking up the EU. Have you felt the tremors yet? The recent tariff threats from the US have sent shockwaves across the European Union. But this isn't just about economics, it's about unity and strength. As the EU grapples with these challenges, the stakes have never been higher. Can the EU stand firm under pressure, or will it crack under US demands? Every member state is now on edge, watching as this situation unfolds. Will they come together, or will divisions deepen? The EU has always prided itself on being a collective force. But in times of crisis, can it truly function as a united front? These tariffs could reshape the landscape of international relations, and the EU must navigate these waters carefully. Why is Trump targeting Europe and the UK? Trump has made it clear that Europe and the UK are in his crosshairs. His rhetoric has intensified, arguing that the EU has taken advantage of the US for far too long. But is this really about trade, or is it a broader strategy to assert dominance? These tariffs aren't just numbers, they symbolize a growing divide. The UK, still dealing with the aftermath of Brexit, finds itself in a precarious position. Will it align with the US, or seek to maintain strong ties with its European neighbors? The stakes are high, and the implications could be far-reaching. Macron's bold stand against Trump. Emmanuel Macron isn't just reacting, he's strategizing. His call for a united European front is both a rallying cry and a warning. But can Europe truly unite in the face of such economic aggression, or will individual interests take precedence? Macron's statements make it clear that France isn't backing down. He's pushing for stronger industrial and technological infrastructure, ensuring Europe's economic sovereignty. But what does that look like in practice? Can Europe truly become self-reliant? Many EU leaders support Macron's stance. They recognize the need for a collective response, but the path forward is uncertain. Balancing national interests with a united front is no easy task. Can diplomacy prevail? Many leaders stress the importance of dialogue, arguing that a trade war would hurt everyone involved. But is dialogue enough? Can cooperation prevail when tensions are so high? The EU must tread carefully. A misstep could escalate the situation further. US-French relations, a history of ups and downs. The relationship between the US and France has been complex, with moments of both cooperation and tension. From the American Revolution to modern-day disputes, there's a long history of friction. Trump's recent tariff threats have only added to this strained relationship. While there have been moments of solidarity, under Trump's leadership, those moments feel increasingly rare. What does the future hold for US-France relations? Will tensions continue to rise, or is there a chance for reconciliation? France's growing ties with China. As the US tightens its grip, France is looking toward China. Macron's recent visits and trade agreements with Chinese leaders suggest a strategic pivot. But is this a smart move? Can France balance its relationships with both powers without alienating one? If France deepens its economic ties with China, how will the US respond? This shift could have major implications for global trade and alliances. The trade shift, EU-US versus France-China. Trade data tells a compelling story. The EU and the US have long been key trading partners, but things are changing. In 2023, trade between France and the US saw a significant decline, while trade with China surged. Are we witnessing the dawn of a new economic partnership? Macron's strategy is clear. He's not just protecting France's interests, he's looking for new opportunities in China. With China becoming France's top trading partner outside the EU, the global trade landscape is shifting. Solutions and negotiation possibilities. Finding a way forward is crucial. The stakes are high, and the clock is ticking. Is meaningful dialogue still possible, or have tensions escalated beyond repair? There are multiple possible negotiation scenarios. The EU could take a tough stance, retaliating with tariffs of its own. But would that lead to a full-blown trade war? A more diplomatic approach could be attempted to de-escalate tensions. But would it be effective? Macron has called for EU unity as a way to counter US aggression. But can all EU member states agree on a common strategy? One thing is certain, the situation is fluid. The global implications. Viewer feedback has been insightful, with many expressing concerns about the implications of a trade war. How will this affect everyday citizens? The fallout could be significant. The future of US-EU relations remains uncertain. Will we see continued deterioration, or is there a path to reconciliation? Some experts believe common ground can still be found. But trust has been eroded. Can it be rebuilt in time? The role of NATO in this trade dispute. NATO isn't just about military alliances. Economic disputes can impact security dynamics. If trade tensions escalate, how might this affect NATO's cohesion? European leaders are already discussing increased defense spending. Could NATO's influence be leveraged in trade negotiations? Security and trade are more interconnected than ever. Is it time for NATO to step into the economic arena? How this affects global trade. The effects of these developments go far beyond the US and the EU. Global trade dynamics are shifting, and countries are reassessing their alliances. Could we be witnessing the beginning of a new world order? With France strengthening ties with China, how will other nations respond? The possibility of new global alliances could reshape the economic landscape. Are we on the brink of a major realignment? The future of global trade depends on how these key players navigate their relationships. As tensions rise, cooperation is more critical than ever. Will countries choose collaboration over conflict? We hope you found this analysis helpful. Don't forget to like and subscribe so you don't miss future updates.